Are you tired of your landings looking like this and want them to look more like this? Yeah, I thought so. So join me for my 5-step program as we go over how to not suck at landing. Alright guys, so the first step is going to be practice. It's a really easy way to get a bunch of landings in. I'll show you that. Second is going to be sight picture. I'll also show you how to do this. Use your Papy. I know what you're thinking. What the heck is that? I'll explain. Fourth step is going to be flare. I'll also explain what that is if you don't know. Fifth step is let her down easy. And that should all come together to equal certified butter. Alright guys, so the best way to get better is, as it said on the screen, practice. And the easiest way to do this is to go on your map, select your plane, select your airport, and then you're going to select arrival. You're going to make sure it's a low altitude. This one's 3,000. Go fly now. It's going to bring you in for an approach. So doing this, you can just go landings after landings after landings. Because right after you land, you can just press restart and keep doing more. Alright guys, so I'm going to speed up this approach for you. And then we're going to dissect it step by step by step in order to teach you guys how to get a little bit better. So this is what I was talking about when I mean sight picture. From the beginning, you should have the middle of your screen. So I put a circle right in the middle of the screen. The runway should be on it the entire time that you're approaching. And eventually, slowly, you'll get to exactly the altitude that you need to be at. So as you can see here, the runway was in that red circle the entire time. So now, as we're getting closer, we are right in the perfect position to land.
50,
this is when you want to be
40,
starting to
30,
decrease your power.
20,
right when it calls
10,
out 50. You should be at
5,
around 130 knots at this point in most airliners. Obviously that's going to be different depending on the day or how heavy your aircraft is and stuff like that. But around 150, make sure you have your flaps and your spoilers. Then after that, reverse thrust if you have to, brakes, pull off the runway. Alright guys, so here's the confusing one, the Papy. What are Papy Lights? Precision Approach Path Indicator is what it stands for, and the Google definition of them is a set of lights positioned beside the runway which provide pilots with a visual indicator of the aircraft's position relative to the correct glide path for the runway. So basically they set you up to be on the correct altitude. Alright, so this is what they look like. It's basically going to be 4 lights on the side of the runway. If you have 2 white, 2 red, you're on the glide path. If you have more red than white, you're below the glide path. And if you have more white than red, you're above the glide path. Alright, so let's take a look at them in our landing in the simulator. So as you can see on the left side, we have the 4 lights. Right now, you can distinctively see that we have 2 reds and 2 whites. The white lights are on the left side, the red lights are on the right side. As we get a little bit closer, you're going to see that it's going to jump from 2 white, 2 red to 3 red, 1 white right there. So that means we're getting a little bit too low. So I pull up a little bit, just slightly, just slight corrections, and there you go, 2 red, 2 white. Alright, so our 4th step in the process is going to be the flare. Alright, so if you don't know what a flare is, it's basically right when it calls out about 50 is the time I like to do it. You can see that slight pitch up, and that's because you want to land on your back wheels first. There you can see the back wheels first, and then the nose touches down, which actually brings me in to our final point, let her down easy. So for this, we're going to go back to the original landing that we saw in the first when I said you want your landings to look like this. See how long that nose is up for, and then it gently gets let down? That's exactly what we want. So I'm going to zoom in on that last landing. You're going to see the back wheels touch first, and then you're going to hold the nose up, and this is what gives you that butter. Gently lower it down, and there you go. Alright, I hope this video helped you guys to get those butter landings. If it did, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you later.